Why is everybody so obsessed with the movie Obsession? My name is Lina. I've been working in the cinema industry for 1 year before moving to US, and I'm coming back in 5 months. So I'm gonna need some serious material to make my comeback. That's why you're watching Being Line on her way to the Oscars of 2030 to win it all. But let's get back to today's speak. The movie Obsession.
Oh, no, don't do that!
A movie's fate is always decided by two characteristics. The first one is the traditional part. In Obsession, the traditional part is the setup. It looks old. It's actually in the story supposed to happen right now in Los Angeles, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like it's older, and that gives kind of a creepy vibe. Same thing for the grandma's house. There's grandma's house, creepy vibe as hell. Then there is also the fact that the main character is a big loser. We're not gonna lie. He is a big loser. And that's why we like him at the beginning. That's why we relate, because he's normal. Because we could be like him. We know somebody that is like him. He has a small friend group. There is like love triangles inside of there. And he works in a store that looks like it's a small town store. Of course, it's in Los Angeles, but it looks like it's small, which gives a creepy vibe with those weird kind of random uniforms that are very dark. So that's the traditional part. All those things, you have been finding them in many movies before. That reminds you of other movies, and right away, you're connected with that movie. Right away, you're like, I'm gonna like that movie. But there is more things to Obsession that makes it something that people like. Let's talk about the trailer. The trailer is very different from what we see out there. Mainly, those trailers are showing you whole action, and when you get to the movies, you're disappointed because you've seen already the movie in a 2-minute trailer. Every time that I see a trailer, I start it. As soon as I like it, I stop it. I stop it after 20 seconds because I don't want to see the movie right away. Obsession did not do that. They created a trailer that is mainly made out of very short shots of the movie. And those shots are not the main action. Mostly they are what happens right before a big action. Like when she bangs that bottle on the table at the party. They didn't show her putting it in her head. They showed her banging it. And that's all. That's what makes it a great trailer. It makes people want to see it, but it makes them not disappointed. And also, it lets place for surprise. When everybody was sitting in that room with me, when this girl got her head crushed in the wheel, everybody was shocked. And everybody remembered that. And each time there was something very intense, everybody remembered that. And when we all got out of the room, what did we do? We text our friends about it. We made reels about it. We talked about it. And that made the beginning of why is everybody obsessed with Obsession. Obsession is a part of those new type of movies, horror movies, that make you feel uncomfortable. It's the same thing for Midsommar, it's the same thing for Hereditary. They create something at the beginning that makes you uncomfortable, either the setup or the characters. In Obsession, Nikki is starting to be weird, because she's not herself, of course, but we don't really understand that yet. She is making you uncomfortable because she's not acting like a human. She's not acting normally. And that person is weirder around Bear than anybody else, which gives a believable possibility that it's just a phase, that it's just one time, that is not gonna happen again. But of course it does. This movie has no possibility to have a good end. That was make it also different from other movies. Most horror movies, I don't know if you realize, but they actually end pretty well. The main character is safe. A bunch of people died, yes, but the main character is alive. It's always rising in the light of the morning after a dark night of scary times. But this movie doesn't end like that. Yes, Nikki survives, that's true, and the wish is gone, but she's very traumatized. And she also committed 2 murders, and there is a suicide case in front of her. So if she doesn't kill herself because of the trauma and the fact that her 3 best friends are dead, then she might just get caught by the police. And depending on the states of the law there, she might not stay alive, or she might spend the rest of her days in prison, probably driving herself crazy. That makes a huge difference in people's mind at the end of the movie. You don't get out of that being like, oh, everything is resolved, I'm fine, I will go on by my day. You get out of that like, oh, damn, I would not want to be her. And that makes you remember that movie. That might be an unpopular opinion, but Bear doesn't even like Nikki. He likes the idea that he has of her. He doesn't know the real Nikki. He doesn't know that she likes crystal. Even if she was wearing one, he said she wouldn't like the sunshine in a rock. But later on, she also offers him a tiger's eye. So it gets confirmed that she likes it, and he doesn't know that. Because probably he doesn't like that, and that's why he's not offering that to her. Instead, he chooses what he wants, a one-will wish. She also mentions that she likes to write, and that's why she doesn't want to go to work anymore. She's quitting that work because she wants the whole day, every day, to write. And not once in the movie, he asks her about that. Because he doesn't care. He doesn't love her. He loves the idea that he has of her. And that idea is closer to the freaky Nikki that is creeping, killing people. That is closer to what he wants than the real Nikki that doesn't like him. And that's why he's clinging on that freaky Nikki so much. He's denying it. He's always trying to fix it, having conversation with her, like if she's a toddler, you cannot cook the cat. I am very upset about this. It looks like he's talking to a toddler. And he also is lying all the time. He's lying to Sarah about her dad having cancer, when he already knows that it's not true. He's not recognizing all the issues that there is there. He's in a full denial because he wants his fantasy to survive. He wants to keep that fantasy so much that at the end, even when his friend has died, he tries to not have those pills anymore. He tries to vomit them because he realizes that he's still up for that. He's still up to stay with her because he is actually the one that is obsessed with her, with the idea that he has of her. Everybody's obsessed with the movie Obsession because when they come to see the movie, they are clinged on by traditional setting, then moved around by all the surprises that were not showed in the trailer, and the end is just has no escape. Everybody just dies at the end, or is supposed to die. That's what people remember at the end when they leave the room. They are surprised and they are shocked, and there's no good end, so they feel bad and they still want to talk about it. That's what makes people talk and make people want to see more of that movie. But the main thing is that the threat, what makes it a real horror movie and a good horror movie, is that the threat is real. The threat is Bear, a regular human, a regular man that could be around you anywhere, that could do the same thing to you as he did to Nikki. Because in the end, she says it, everything is his fault. He's the one that made that a horror situation. And that's why everybody's obsessed with the movie Obsession. There is a new movie industry coming to the cinemas, and I cannot wait to see you for the next Pearl. From Dora to the Explorer to Terrifier, there was Bing Linné on her way to the Oscars. Out.